Hello, hello. It's time for 15-minute feedback. And today we are talking about navigation, right, Tina?
Yes.
Navigating your site. It is probably the most common question we get here on 15-minute feedback. And what I want to share with you right off the top is that when you're thinking about your navigation on your site, there are three questions that every one of us should ask ourselves. We should ask, what do you want people to do? Get a pen. What do you want people to do when they hit your website? What want or need are they trying to fill in your store? And is your navigation fluid? Is your navigation fluid? Is it easy? Sound good, Tina?
Yeah, sounds great.
That's what
Exactly.
we're going to talk about today. So, listen, gang, if you can see us and hear us, say hi in the comments. Let us know if you are a member of our Inner Circle or you're not. 15-minute feedback is for Inner Circle members and non members, right, Tina?
Right? It's for everybody. And
And
today we actually have a non-member. So her name is Leah, and she has a very nice site, but she did ask us a question. She said she thinks her navigation is confusing and wanted help figuring out how to streamline it or make it less confusing for her visitors.
so listen in. Hi, Heather. Hi, Sherry. You are a member. Hi, CJ. Hi. Oh, I'm not sure who this is. There's CJ. You're not a member. And Christine is a member. So good to see you all here. What I think I'll do is just share. Should we share Leah's site first?
Yeah,
And we'll
let's
talk
share her
about
site.
her
And
navigation?
then we'll go through our questions and
Yeah.
answer them for her.
And guys, if you have questions or comments as we go through, you'll just ask in the comments here. So here's Leah's beautiful site. So the first question, Tina, that we think that every store owner should ask themselves when they are thinking about their navigation is, what do you want people to do when they hit your site? And so do you
Right.
want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, sure. So Leah has a beautiful site. She sells products for babies and children. And so when we think about what do you want people to do, you have to remember if they're coming through your homepage, which a lot of people get traffic to their homepage, your job is to sort of guide them where you want them to go, right? And part of doing that is giving them the information that they need. And so the first thing I would say is you have a beautiful image here on your slider. But if we scroll down a little bit, it says beautiful organic products for your little one, which explains what your store is about, but isn't telling me as a consumer where you want me to go. What do you want me to do? So there's not a call to action here. There's not a shop bestsellers, shop gifts for newborns. Like, what is it that you want them to do when they land on your site? That's what this real estate is for. That's what this place is for.
Yeah.
And
So
so I
what would
think
you
that's,
recommend? What would you like? So she needs a call to action button with the words on it, right? Of
right,
where she's going to
exactly.
be.
And I would say the call to action needs to be something like shop or explore, an action word that takes them somewhere. And so we want to make sure this image is clickable and it can say, shop gifts for little ones, and it could take them to the gift sets, or it could take them to bestsellers. And that's really you as a store owner, where you have the control over where they go next. Don't let them try to figure out what they want. Your job is to kind of handhold them through your site in that way, through the copy and the call to action buttons.
It's kind of like when you go to IKEA and they have those arrows.
Yeah, exactly. Give them the arrows. Give them the arrows or where to go.
Yeah. And this is your opportunity to do that to some extent.
Yep, exactly. And
Okay,
then
perfect.
yeah.
And
And
more
then
on that,
I
we
would,
should move to the next question.
yeah, we can move to the next question.
Okay. So the next question is, what want or need are people trying to fill?
Yep, exactly. So I think for this one, if you roll over the shop, because this is showing us what your site is actually selling. Let's see if you can go. So here we can see that you have a lot of different categories. You actually have a really big catalog. And so in terms of the want or need, I think it's actually more helpful to think about your buyer's intent. So for me, as a mom of two kids, when I shop sites, I'm thinking about what stage of development my kid is, or if I'm buying for a gift, am I buying for a newborn? Am I buying for a toddler who's having a first birthday? Am I buying for an expecting mother? So I think organizing your site, or at least having a section that helps people find appropriate products based on the stage of the child, or the stage that they're in, is going to be a lot more helpful, because I don't necessarily know that I want milestone cards, or that I want cleaning products. I think there's things in here that could be one way of organizing the site, but I think another way of organizing the site is really how your buyer thinks.
Yeah, and so I think that what you're saying is a good way to create navigation is for people to be able to identify that it's for them.
Right, exactly.
So it could be newborn, it could be for moms only, but it's for them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And especially, my guess is you probably have a lot of buyers that are actually looking for gifts. And so again, it's like, how do you find a gift that's appropriate for the recipient? And so you're looking for a gift for a newborn, you're looking for a gift for a first birthday, whatever that occasion is, that's the way your buyer is thinking.
Yep. Okay, good. So then if we think about the last question, which is your navigation fluid? And so one of the things I just want to say, Leah, is that this is a lot on mobile,
Yeah.
which makes it not fluid, this particular navigation. But what do you have in your notes, Tina?
Yeah, I think, if we go back to the homepage and we scroll down on the homepage, I think you did a good job of having fluid navigation here, where things are really organized nicely by category. It's very visual. So if you could sort of mirror this with the drop-down navigation, I think that would be a lot clearer. Just because you have all these different products doesn't mean that each one needs to be its own drop-down. So I think you're fine to sort of consolidate things a little bit as well. And the other thing I would add about the navigation being fluid is you have a lot of products on here that sort of feel like they don't fit in a category necessarily. So I think we saw things that were like back to school products, or there was a back to school section. There was kind of maybe healthcare products. There were things that maybe didn't feel like they aligned with your store vision of being for babies. So just something to think about if you're gonna, or puzzles, that's again for older kids. If you're gonna have those products, think about where they belong. Or is that something that you're closing out? Then just put them in the sale and clearance item and let the other collections be really focused and curated.
Yeah, I think when we first looked at this, we saw a lot of like cough syrup and things that just were maybe, oh, here we go. There we go. Medical products. And I can't remember which collection they were in. And it looks, Leah, like you are reducing the price on those, but I would agree with Tina that maybe they need to come out of your curated collections and be in your sale collection.
Yeah. And again, it's about where you want to send people. If your focus is to clear out that inventory, then it's perfectly fine to make a big sale collection, have that be part of your homepage and just say, last chance, these are on sale. But if that's not really what you want to be selling, if you want to be selling swaddles, then make swaddles front and center on your homepage. Like, you're in charge of where you send people and what they buy.
It's really interesting, right? Oh, we were wondering why there wasn't a pop-up. This is a chat, but it's really interesting is that we have a lot more control over what people buy on our site, buy from us, than we think we do. Right. And we just have to be strategic. And so I'm glad you asked this question, because your site is beautiful. And so you're 75% of the way there. Now you just have to hone it down. Let's talk also about maybe one of those apps like a Lucky Orange or a Hotjar, where you get to see what people are doing on your site. That's always helpful too, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And then I think also, for your navigation, since you have so many things and you have this shop that then expands, that's another thing. You could just separate that out and have a wider navigation across the top. But those are just things that you'd have to experiment with and see, and using a Lucky Orange is a really good way to see if that makes a difference or not.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of, creepy. You get to see what people are doing on your site, but absolutely worth a look for sure.
Yeah.
And particularly look at it, like most people have around 80% or more traffic from a mobile device. So just even look at the mobile views and you'll see. So I don't know who this is, but you're my favorite today. She's a member of the inner circle and says it's the best money she spends every month. Thank you so much. So let's leave Leah with 3 clear steps.
Yeah, perfect. So first off, I think is your hero image, your banner. Make sure that you have a strong call to action there and that image and button is clickable to the collection you want them to go to. So the product or the group of products that you're really promoting that you think your perfect audience is going to be the most interested in.
Perfect.
And then, Christine. So cute.
Second thing?
Second thing is look at your navigation, maybe consolidate some of the categories, and then also think about organizing it by life stage or sort of mindset of your buyer. So it could be pregnancy, newborn, toddler, big kids, or something along those lines. So think of in life stages versus just what the product is. And then you want to take the last one?
Sure. Well, I think the last one, and then there's a bonus one. I think that Tina and I both talked about curating the products a little bit, and it looks like you're heading in that direction. But I think that you really need to be online. You need to be known for something, and you need to be the go-to place for something. We as e-commerce store owners are specialists, not generalists. And so when you're thinking about what you're presenting to the people who visit your site, you want to appear to be the specialist in that category, the person who maybe has the deepest knowledge or who has the best selection of a particular category. It doesn't have to be all the things. And so when you're spending money or investing money in product, like think about what you're buying and if it fits, if it adds to making you what you want to be known for. Like do gift packs add to making you what you want to be known for? Like to me, it looks like you're looking for that upscale natural mom who is really, really interested in organic clothing. They're interested in good skincare. And they're interested in all things, like from your images, I would say like newborn to toddler at max. And so even though it might be tempting to add school supplies, I'm not sure it's the best. I'm not sure it makes your site memorable in the right way. Does that make sense, Tina?
Yeah, completely. And then it's also easier to narrow down on that target, right? And also, if you think about things like your average cart value, so do you want to sell a small kids book, or do you want to sell a gift basket that costs $100 with like beautiful products in it? So I think it's also, what you put in front of people is what they're going to buy. So consider what it is you want them to buy. Mindful of that. Mm-hmm.
I think the feeling you want people to have when they land on your site is, oh, this is for me.
Yeah.
This is for me. And so the other thing I'm just going to leave you with is that we don't see a pop-up on your site, but we are both in the US and you're in Australia, and you might have location settings turned on that mean that we don't see it. But because you're looking for that organic, natural mom that's really high on her decision making when she's thinking about products she's going to buy, there are so many opportunities here for you to add a pop-up that will add value and reinforce that you are an authority in this area and you are the go-to place for them. Like things like the top 10 most toxic products you'll find in most houses, or the top 5 organic products. Or what was it Connor had? He had a top 10 list of organic whatever for his bone broth, but something like that compares products. This is a great opportunity for you to actually bring that perfect client closer to you. So if you don't have a pop-up that's offering something of value, then you need to consider getting that done sooner rather than later, for sure. So I think we should wrap up with the last 3 questions, or the 3 questions again, just in case everybody didn't get them. Mm-hmm. If somebody lands on your site, what do you want them to do? You have control. And the way you have control is by your navigation. And particularly valuable real estate is your homepage or your hero image. Second question, what is the want or need that that person is looking to fill? Can you write that down in a sentence? What is the want or need that they're looking to fill? Because that'll help you understand how you should organize your collections. And then the last one, is your navigation fluid? Like, is it easy? Does it look good on a cell phone? Is it clear? Like, I do like the way she's presented it in a couple different ways, right, Hina? Like,
yeah, I think at that part she's on the right track. It's just, sometimes it's one of those things where we create it once and we forget to go back and revisit it. And that's what we mean about it being fluid too. It's also if you're updating it for a holiday or a season, so just remember to always go in and do that.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Thanks, guys, for being with us. I appreciate it so much. We'll be here again next Friday with another site to review. Do we know who's we're reviewing next week?
Yes, let me just pull it up real quick. Yep, Debbie from Bubbles and Books, and it's going to be a sub box because next month is subscription month this month. Yeah, sorry, this month. I forget we're in May already. So
we are in May already. So listen, thanks so much for your time and attention. It's exciting. Oh, this is a good comment. You're so smart. I just interviewed Pam for the podcast, actually, because she has a great subscription box. And nobody would look at it and say, oh, that's amazing. Like, look at all the stuff you have in your subscription. It is one product that goes out every month. It's so simple for her to deliver. It's going to be a great episode. She's a smart.
I'm looking forward to it.
So good. Yes, specialist, not a generalist. Generalists are Target, Amazon, Walmart, Dollar General, all those places. We need to be specialists. We want people to say, oh, that's the only place I'm going to go for XYZ, whatever it is that fills my need. Because if they don't have everything, they're so knowledgeable about this topic, it's like the go-to place.
Yeah.
So that's what we should all aspire to. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely weekend.
Thanks.
See everybody soon.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.